Brian, I think it's the time we've been waiting for this fight.
Teach Me Grappling, and Teach Me Striking. Here we go. Majid Rays, we're here. We're here to talk about the fight. What's up, guys? Poirier, Dustin Poirier, man, pulled it off.
Yeah, pulled it off.
There was obviously a lot of people that thought that he could do it. Obviously, overwhelmingly, Conor McGregor was the favorite, but he wasn't able to get it done that night. It was very shocking.
Very shocking.
For a lot of people. For a lot of people, it was shocking.
I do have to say, before, my shocking was when I went to the weigh-ins and I saw the recording, and I said, oh my God, this is very different. McGregor is not jumping off the chair and threatening him. That was my first alarm sense. Like, this is very unusual. All of his career, he's jumping off, and now he's very calm and collected.
Yeah.
And so that already sets us up the stage. Yeah, maybe he's developed his intelligence, maybe he's emotionally in control, or maybe he has, now that he's fully content with his wealth and stabilizing his life. But at the end of the day, this is still a fight game, Brian.
Yeah.
And I think the way he approached it, why change it now when you've been doing for such a long time the same method of approaching a fight? Anyway, we'll get into the fight later, but I'm excited about looking into the fight. We looked at the fight. Now
we saw it live, but now we're gonna watch it again
with you guys.
So we're gonna watch it with you guys.
But
again,
we have to look over there.
It was only. Yeah, I know where I'm looking.
Yeah, I was looking at.
Anyway, It was only like a round and a half, maybe. It was somewhere midway through the second round when the fight was over. So, short fight, but
very
what's funny is when you watch the fight once, it's one thing. When you watch it again, sometimes you see, because you already know what's going to happen. So then you see new things, and you also remember the things you saw the first time. And sometimes things can change a little bit, but
exactly. If you're looking for something and you see the second time, like what happened, then you start dissecting it differently. When you watch it the second time, everything starts, okay, you know the end result, but then you find out how did that manage to happen over there. And I think that puts a big detailed information, how we retrieve information very different. Now we know what got hurt, and that's why if you see McGregor says, I'll go back to my fights, watch it again. At that moment, he didn't recognize what was going on. Because everything that we take it for granted, what's happening, actually everything is at that moment.
Yeah. So what do you think, Majid, before we watch it, what do you think is your first impression after the fights? The fight was last night.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? And then we're gonna find out, we're gonna ask the same question again after you watch it a second time, what you think. Like, did it change at all? What do you think right now? You've only seen the fight once.
Well, by watching the fight again, first of all, it made me definitely recognize that he wasn't as compelling in trying to attack the way he was before. He would charge in, great, start will be great, but he didn't follow up. Like I saw that he was less.
Like in his other fights, he was super aggressive. Like
yes, and
when he went after Poirier the first time, or just pick any fight. He always gets after people.
And anytime when he hit something, he had follow up right away and did not sit back and analyze. But I noticed that this time he was more passive. He would attack, but not follow up what he had just done. And I say, wow, what are you doing? And then I noticed that he would kick him like, okay, he was too overconfident. Like he kicked him on below the kicks, like ignoring and not realizing, hey, come on, you're still in a fight. But he was looking at the bigger picture. He was looking at the end picture before even being in the present. I think being present is so important. Like every second, if somebody does something, a jab or a kick, you have to be in the present moment. What's happening? Don't look what you are going to do. Look what's happening at the present moment. I think that was the key factor for me that I realized he was a little lost and not being determined, not hungry, and not vicious. Like he couldn't smell the blood. When he hurt him, he was playing calm and collective. Well, it didn't serve you in the past because you helped you when you hurt somebody. You actually went after and finished them. But in this case, as we saw, it didn't work for him.
I'll say this, Majid, you and I actually complement each other because we're very similar, but we're also very different. Like, you're really into the cerebral part, the mind part of the fight, like what's going on in the mind. You had called me right before the fight and you said, McGregor walking out, you said you didn't like how he looked. So I remember you saying that, and I was like, whatever, Majid, whatever happens in the cage is what's going to happen. Like, I could care less about how somebody looks walking out personally. I've had fights and competitions before where I felt confident and I lost. I've had fights where I was not confident and I won. And the same thing, I've had confidence and I've won, and I've had not confidence and I've lost. So I've had every combination, so I just look at it like, how's he gonna fight in the fight? But you specifically, your opinion, you said you mentioned the weigh-ins.
The weigh-ins.
You mentioned the way he looked before the fight. You mentioned the way he was interacting, the cerebral part. Maybe he wasn't being so aggressive like he always does.
Mm-hmm. And then that set up the stage when he was just before the fight, the weigh-ins. I saw how he approached, very mellow, very calm. Mm-hmm. And then during even entering the cage, this is your moment. You are aggressive and crazy. And he goes out, humbly hugs him up. He never touched. He's always aggressive, like, I'm going to come after you. But even when he
did try to. I remember he started the fight. Yeah, he was trying to be aggressive. Herb was doing some weird, like. Herb didn't. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about.
I got to see what happened again.
I don't know
if he started the round or did he not start the round.
And then I said, why are you breaking up the tempo? Anyway, we'll go into that. But I really believe that the 90% for me is mental. What captures your mind, captures your body, which enhances the spirit, or Sensei Benny says. But that tells everything about your character, what you're gonna do. And when he entered the cage. And I called right away Brian. I said, this fight is not going to go my... I know you're going to say that way. And I called him right now. Yeah. Brian says, Majid,
either way, you got it right on this one. So I was still picking McGregor. I feel like he's got better timing.
It's true.
He did land. He just didn't land that shot, that magic shot. He didn't follow up. He did rock him. I remember seeing Poirier bouncing more than once. Yes. Yeah. I saw him bouncing, which means he's a little shaken.
And he's got to remind me, look at it, Poirier, even though we know it's about Poirier, when he heard him, what did he do? He went after him, did not let him suck in, did not let him get the breather, and that's the key. But when you find somebody injured, they go after like McGregor did. Yeah. Now McGregor was, dude.
But you know, Poirier could shake off a shot from Conor. Conor could not shake off those leg kicks. Those were gonna last till several days. Several days after the fight, no matter what. There's no way to.
He's not going
even if he's trying to bounce. Remember when McGregor was trying to bounce so he could like shake it out. There's no shaking that out. But a fighter can get rocked a little in a fight. I've been hit before, and sometimes you can recover.
But a bone or muscle spasm and muscles getting stiffened up, because I'll talk about the detail into that. The leg that touch contact, your leg wants to protect itself. But what it does, it freezes. And when the blood rushes there, it tries to protect the motion. So remember, when this Achilles tendon is another important thing. When you cut the tendon, you can't bounce. There's a muscle. We are going to talk about this in detail. That's why I'm wearing the shorts today. So you can see the point, what he hit and what it does and what the muscle frees up. You're literally crippled. You're sitting like a duck in the middle of nowhere. You can't move. You can't bounce. And that's what the kick does. We'll talk into that. Yeah. I think we should get into the damn fight.
Let's get to the fight.
All right.
Let's go.
Into their first meeting, we shall see.
So I want to see what's going on with.
Oh look, McGregor just jumped in without even starting.
So wait.
Well, he's going forward.
And then
hold up. Sorry, I gotta. Okay, I want to know, did Herb start the fight or not?
I think Herb didn't stop the fight. He just ran up to him. Look at that. Herb didn't start, and he just said, "Are you ready?" He just ready.
So McGregor tried to jump the fight, and Herb was like, back up. We haven't started yet.
And then McGregor started again.
So
Herb never took in charge of the fucking ring. You are the referee. You take in charge. Put them first back into the. I'm sorry.
Hey, Herb's a buddy of mine.
I mean, he's a buddy of mine.
Hey, Herb. It's a tough job. We understand.
And it's a pressure.
You got a lot of pressure on you, but I know that in hindsight you're probably thinking of it like, dude, he needed to just tell Conor when he told him the first time to back up, just stay back, until I start the fight. But you literally started the fight, and McGregor was
already there.
You went like this, and McGregor went right through your arm, your hand. Anyway, that was funny.
So he said, good 1-2. Something interesting, Brian. They're both southpaw.
Both southpaw?
So they're both southpaw. Look at them. They got right leg forward. That's why.
Dude, McGregor with the Mayweather.
Yes.
He kind of does that
Lean
little pull.
back.
He pulls, but he pulls towards the right and throws his left hand.
And that's a little concerning.
He killed Eddie Alvarez with that.
But the problem is a problem here because you have a southpaw in front of you, and keeping your leaning your head to your right, you're staying out, putting the weight on the right side.
And he's also got a left hand.
And he's a left hand, so it means you're open to your left hand open, and he's open for your left hand. So you're running into his power hand.
Yeah.
Because they're both southpaw, now he's running into power hands. Look, Poirier is throwing his power shot, and McGregor is leaning towards left hand. That's me.
But it does work. It does work.
But McGregor is giving him the target.
Right.
That's a problem because in the past he played orthodox.
He's always, it's always southpaw
So
versus
you were
orthodox.
safe.
Now
Yeah,
he's
he-
going southpaw,
yeah.
southpaw.
Can't fall for the feints of McGregor. McGregor
There's
immediately-
That's the first leg
one.
kick.
But he came out of range.
See that again? What I just talked about.
What
Did
is-
you see the exchange of the punch? He threw the punch and he leaned there. He lingered there for a longer
me see.
duration of time. So what? Another one behind it. One behind. One behind.
McGregor immediately puts him on his heels.
Ready? He throws a punch. See that?
Yes.
He leaned there. Like we just talked a second ago. He threw the left hand. He stayed there. Why are you staying to your right? The guy is southpaw.
And he ended up catching him with a
up
right hand.
With the right hand.
Fast hands from both men.
Nice feint to
That right
Poirier.
hand and encouraging
Now,
early
did you notice
sign.
like McGregor took that inside leg kick?
Yeah. But that one, that's the one that does. Wait, okay, so there's the takedown.
Wow, that's takedown.
So check it out. Classic overhand left, in this case because he's southpaw.
Southpaw.
We teach this all the time, guys. It's probably the most popular entry for a clinch or takedown or a shot. You throw the overhand and then you carry your weight forward. Your head shifts. So if you're southpaw, you're going to throw the overhand left and then your head's going to go to the right and you continue that movement and he turns it right into like a knee pick. So let's see this one more time.
And an encouraging
So watch this right here.
First leg
Inside,
kick inside,
yes.
And then
Now watch this. Overhand left. See, he's already taken a step with his right. There's the overhand. He
stepping
ducks
in with
down.
and he stepped with the
Yes.
left foot.
You step. That's what I mean. You just carry your weight with your overhand. Your head will swing to the right, and you just carry it forward, and then he's just basically going to knee pick.
And now,
Yeah.
boom.
Basically captures the knee pick.
It was good for McGregor to go all the
You
way
see,
to the
you
fence.
see him like
I love-
backstroke. Yeah.
to the- that was smart tapping. I like McGregor staying his legs busy.
You could tell
Yeah.
Conor wasn't really expecting it, right?
We don't need to listen to these guys so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, McGregor is being cautious. He put his hand under the hand of protection.
He's just waiting to get back up.
Yeah.
You see Poirier's got his hands locked, so he wants to yank him out, but it's really hard. It's very energy wasting to try to yank a guy,
And
off the fence. He's
yeah.
trying,
He
but
stood up, picked him
once
up,
McGregor comes in front of the face,
across
good
the
frames,
face.
and right here he's going to get his underhook back, turns him. Great job. Here, I mean, this is where shoulders come. Yep, there's the first one.
Up shoulder. Now watch this. What McGregor does was squatted his legs down, and he squatted his legs down and came upward. It's a squat, almost shoulder upwards, so jumping upwards. While Poirier was tapping like forward, like a punch.
Yeah.
See, this can only do so much, but when you have a whole body weight coming up, you're using your leg weight, your whole body movement. This has not too much. That doesn't have too much strength.
But he
to it.
popped him pretty good.
Yeah,
it was still a good shot.
It was good. It was good.
But they're different shots.
Exactly.
They're different shoulders.
One is in the front, and one is lifting you up from the
Yeah.
bottom. So he's hitting this way as this and shoulder coming upwards. It's a very different thing.
And everybody saw when Donald Cerrone had to eat from Conor and got his.
That hurt. That was
he
it.
got busted up.
He got, and
Yeah.
that was end up to the fight because of
Yeah, I mean it started everything off.
Drew one back even harder.
So
again, see,
there's another one. That was still a good shot.
Yeah, it was good. See how McGregor
Yeah,
went up.
McGregor throws him different, a little bit different.
You know what it is too? He's got great.
Nice
Nice
elbow.
elbow.
And now the switch to the fence.
Simple turn. We're going over that
Yeah.
the other week, just last week.
Now
My
he's
guys.
controlling his hand. I like McGregor controlling his hand so he can knee him, but he touches him
But
knee.
Poirier's got the underhook right
Yeah.
here. So Poirier's actually in the control position. He's got a good underhook, but McGregor's doing it. Look, now, what's interesting, I remember seeing this last night. McGregor gets the double underhooks, but watch what Poirier's going to bend over. Watch. He's going to bend over to negate McGregor from escaping. So watch this. This is what I love to do. See how he's bent over?
Yeah, trying
now,
to get the leg.
now he's going for a takedown. He doesn't get it, but what it does, even though he's eating knees, it makes it where McGregor's underhook, see how he's going 2-on-1? It's really difficult to just turn your opponent. It's kind of the best option if you want to keep a guy pinned against the fence is you got to lean over at that point. He's going for a single leg. But McGregor's got that 2-on-1, little arm drag 2-on-1. And he's scooting. Nice knee. He's scooting in the knees. He turns them. It's beautiful. Beautiful clinch work.
Opportunity to do a knee. Oh,
Another
nice
shoulder.
I love that shoulder that he does up. You can never see it coming. So he's doing small.
He like popped
Oh,
him.
look at the left elbow.
Yeah, this is where they talk a little bit.
He has a knee. I like the left knee that people pay attention. You should have done more with the bottom knee, straight to the thigh. I love the stamp.
Good foot stomp. Yeah.
I don't know why he did not do more of that.
And you know what? I was thinking right here when I was watching the fight, I was thinking, because some people were saying like, dude, separate. You know, I'm watching the fight with a couple other people in the room. Like, why isn't he separating? And I literally said, I go, McGregor doesn't want to separate. Even though he does want to separate, he doesn't want to take a step back. This is part of the mental game. He doesn't want to back up at all. If he takes a backward step, it'll let his opponent know that he wants to avoid.
Yes.
And this is the macho, like
thing.
you gotta let the guy know.
That got him into trouble because he knows he's good in striking, but he, like you said, he don't want to show that he's weak, but actually he's exposing his weakness at the same time.
Yeah, but I would say it actually ends up working. He eventually gets Poirier to back up.
No, it's true. I agree with that, but what it actually does to him at the same time, you should give him an opportunity. Do your best right now. He's playing his game in some ways. He's wrestling with him instead of you are known for striking.
Right.
Why don't you only use this method when you have no other option? He had an option to step away at this time.
Yeah, he had an option. He could have backed up.
But that was I think that was too much macho stuff.
But okay, fair. But I was actually impressed that he eventually, in this clinch, I don't know how long they're going to sit here on the fence right now. I just remember it was at this moment in the fight when I was like, McGregor should back up. And I was like, but he doesn't want to because he wants to let Poirier know that I'm not backing up. Yeah. You're going to back up from me. And then Poirier ends up backing up.
It worked out very well.
I don't remember how long they're going to be here, but that's the moment.
Long. Nice open and slap.
Yeah,
I like the open and slap instead of punching. Slap holds with the palm to the face.
Like he's showing him, like I'm controlling the clinch against you.
Even though he has a very good overhand control.
Nice elbow. See that elbow? That elbow then back Poirier, but then he's not following up.
That's the thing. You just hit him. You should now.
Yeah, he should
be going.
He should be going.
This is McGregor.
Nice,
a nice 1-2, but he leans too much on his right. I'm scared of that. Nice jab. Nice. Leaning. McGregor's usually attacking at this time, but this time, nice jab. Nice 1-2. That was the one that hurt him.
That
hurt him. You can see it's bouncing.
Let's see this again. Hold up.
You can see his head bouncing up with the uppercut.
Yeah.
He did a jab and he did a slight uppercut with that hand. You see it again.
But that's part of McGregor's strategy. I know you were saying he's leaning to his right, but that's actually what got him that shot too.
It's true, but sometimes he stays there for too long. It's a risk. That's a good jab.
See right here?
See that? He got hit also. That's why he leaned away.
Yeah. Now, what do you think of that? Because what I see in Poirier, when I see Poirier bouncing like that, that tells me that he's shaking those cobwebs a little bit.
That's a great experience of good fighters who get hit. And they know not to make the other person feel like, hey, you know what? I'm not hurt. I gotta bounce. So when you start bouncing, you have playing poker now. It's called poker face. But if you stand there, just bounce. Like that guy does not know. Yeah. As long as you bouncing, the guy feels he's feeling good. So that's why I would think I don't know why McGregor did not.
Do you think he was hurt? I think he was a little hurt.
When I saw the combination, one and uppercut to the, yes, I said he was. When he started bouncing.
The look on his face, his eyes kind of lit up.
Every striker knows when somebody starts bouncing, buddy, something's not right. He's bouncing. Get on it right now.
That was cool. This was an exciting part of the fight.
Yeah, that was really exciting. See, now McGregor should have kept on going forward. I don't know why he stopped it. See, now he's throwing wild punches now. He's trying to save himself. See,
you're talking about Poirier?
Poirier's now started throwing wild punches because he's hurt. So when the only time you throw wild punches, guys, just remember that when somebody's hurt, if someone throws wild punches, that means he's hurt. He's trying to keep the guy away from himself. And that takes more energy just to get out. When you see in the senses, the guy will throw straight or sharp punches, but not wild when he's in hurt. And you can see Poirier missing the shot and McGregor stepping to him. But McGregor should be at least, when somebody misses a shot this big, they are now desperate position. They're hurt in some ways.
Another good little shot to the body. Another good jab.
Good shot.
Yeah, McGregor's got control of the fight at this point, but we haven't seen I'm sorry, did I just miss something? What was that, Majid?
I'm sorry about that.
Did Poirier
Is
just
it
land
the
one of the
bicep?
kicks? Let me see
He has
this.
a jab on the face and
Hold
jab
up.
to the body.
The camera changed. I didn't see what. Yeah.
Leg
So
kick.
he
That's-
landed the first one.
He landed the first leg kick. Now remember,
Yeah.
guys, McGregor has his right leg forward, and Poirier has his left leg back. That means his dominant leg can attack his front leg. And now when he kicks the leg, it's not kicking, and he's not aiming for the thigh. He's aiming for the calf. And now remember, the calf it starts from here. Here's the calf, from here to here. This is the sense, if I can watch it properly. If you watch this area, so this is the sensitive area. So if you look, I'm gonna get on the camera so you can see it. This is the sensitive area. So when he's standing in front, like if I see my shin like this, he didn't block with the shin. He blocked with the muscle part. This is the sensitive part. Now this is the part area. If you keep on getting hit here, you can't bounce anymore. See, this is my calf, and underneath the calf, I know I don't have too much big calves anyway. So underneath the calf, there's a nerve area. And when you start aiming for this next to the shin, this area next to the shin, my shin is here, next to the shin area. If you get hit here several times, 1 or 2 shots, you can't bounce anymore. The body goes to start the protection. You can take the first kick. You can take we worked on my videos if you watch my early sweep videos, but if you hit the thigh kick here, not on top of the calf, just below the calf, just a little bit, slightly 4 inches behind the knee. Here it is, here's my knee, 4 inches here on this area and this area. Anywhere from here to here, you touch it, it becomes extremely, extremely sensitive, and your body starts jamming up. There's a fight before that, the main guy who just recently showed up, and he got a leg kick. You can see his internal bleeding. It was Sanchez. You can see Sanchez's legs bruised up with
Sanchez is the guy they say looks like me.
Yeah.
Except I don't have a mullet.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So he had a calf, he had a whole calf blood clot. You can see the blood bleeding into his internal bleeding. Anyway, so this leg is not underestimated, because the weakest part of your leg, it hurts and it stops you, paralyzing. It takes your mobility away from yourself. And it's very important to realize mobility is everything in fighting.
Yeah. Well, at this point in the fight, I didn't see it yet. I mean, I might have saw the kick, but we don't see any visible Conor damage. Like, he's not like reacting yet. But I do remember it's not going to be long before we're going to see one where we go, ooh, that doesn't look good.
So that's good exchange.
There's a little counter. Yeah. Hit him with the right.
That's
There's another one.
So he got another
tried
one.
to check
he
it.
did, but he did not.
Do you think that one, did he
tried
check that
to
one at all?
But no, he went forward, but remember, he's looping the leg around him. He's looping around a circle. I mean, he's not in straight. He's looping it, so even when he leg checked,
the foot wraps around.
Yeah, he did not turn his foot. He did not turn his foot outside. He did not turn it towards the shin. You have to turn towards the shin, but he had halfway up to end up carrying the meat. You have to hit with the leg check with the bone, not with the meat. He did not turn as much.
You have to rotate your foot outward?
You have to turn your knee outward so the shin would turn towards the shin. Shin touches shin. If the shin doesn't touch shin, that means now it's touching your meat, which is a soft, tender spot, and that's the
what
right
about
spot.
What about getting out of the way? Can he get out of the way of that?
Well, the way, if you see McGregor's commitment of the full...
He leans on that front
He
foot.
opened up his leg way too much. The only way he can do is to turn the knee as fast as possible.
You know what? I didn't say this before we started, but I'm going to say it right now, Majid. I told you this last night, right after the fight. I feel like McGregor came to box and Poirier came to do MMA. You
know what? You said right on the money, Brian, because you come in a sport with half the tool gone away from your back, and you're playing the wrong game.
So I guess you mentioned it already, and now this is me putting it together. I don't have your kind of stand-up knowledge, but I'm putting this together. Conor likes to lean on his right foot because he likes to lean and shift his head towards the right because he can fade. He can hit that little Mayweather pull, throw his left hand, throw that right uppercut.
The reason he does it, he wants to throw his dominant left hand. But in this case, he misunderstood. The opponent in front of him is a left hand too.
And he's also throwing legs, which means he can use a further distance and land it.
But what also when he committed too much weight on the front leg, that means he cannot pick up his leg.
He can't pick it up.
He can't defend it.
He's a boxer fighting a kickboxer or an MMA fighter.
It's just a matter of time that you're going to lose your foundation away from you. So this is the typical thing. If a boxer would ever fight a kickboxer, this is the only thing I would definitely do.
We're not even done with the fight, and I knew it when we started, I said, we're gonna change our views. I'm not saying I was gonna like flip-flop on what I thought, but what I'm saying is I've already learned something.
Yeah,
like you mentioning
and
him leaning on the right, and then I'm like,
watching the second time, he's relying so much because now you've seen he's getting hurt. And so now he's relying so much on his left hand, so he's trying to lean, so he's leaning on his right to lean. And when you lean on your full of your weight is commit. Now, guys,
it's not a kickboxing style.
Exactly.
He's boxing.
Exactly, he's boxing. So he forgot that the other guy is still attacking his front leg, and that takes all of his foundation away from his leg.
All right, let's get back.
Solid calf kick there from Poirier.
There it is again. Same lean. He got counted with the right hand.
Yeah, because he stays there for too long. Oh, see?
Okay, so that was the one that we just paused
I think he got hurt, yeah. And see, that's why McGregor... Oh, another one, that was a thigh kick. But McGregor is now... See, it took another... That was another kick.
That's when we started to realize it's lumped up.
Yeah.
You can see the discoloration.
Yeah, and you see now he's throwing the left hand, but he's stepping back. Or instead of going forward, he's stepping back. He's getting hurt. He did a wheel kick, so I should kick more. That's a good thing, but he goes back into boxing.
Yeah. And he's leaning on that right leg.
Again, see where
and that right leg can't get out of the way.
How do you know he's leaning on the right when you see the head leaning towards the right? That's the key. When you
there's no way to not put weight on it.
Look at it again. He did it again. He leaned on his right again. Again, he takes another kick. He's still punching. And Poirier did a punch and a kick.
You know, as we go into the second round, in between rounds 1 and 2, thinking ahead, when McGregor ends up reviewing the film, he's a smart guy, dude. McGregor's a smart fighter. And his coaches are smart coaches. They're going to go over this, and they're going to realize it.
Shit.
We were trying to box, and leaning on that right leg is what killed us. And he didn't adjust. He said that in his post-fight interview. I did listen to that. You know, right after the fight, he talked about ring rust. My personal opinion is that could play a role, but it's more that what he said in the post-fight conference. He said, I did not adjust. I did not change the way I need to fight. That's what it's all about. Fighting's about reacting.
Guys, this is such an important factor. You have to remember that when you are out of fight for a long time, you don't fight for too long, you think that something that works for you all the time, you take the same formula, you use it, and you think, this is the way it worked for me.
You have to evolve.
If you don't adjust according to your opponent in front of me, you're going to pay a price. Anyway, the second round
because they're going to get ready. They're going to get ready for him.
Exactly. The second round starts.
So the calf kicks, I heard Mike Brown was the one calling for him.
Yeah. See, he kicked him. So now you can see he's tumbled on it.
Yeah.
And now he's going forward.
He's visibly hurt, but now he's trying to pay him back.
And again, he's attacking. Don't step back if you put him in the hurt. Is it on the thigh kick? This was the thigh one, so because you don't want to run away.
You know, you have eyes, Majid. I don't have eyes like you do.
You see it
better than me.
So he attacked him right away. So now watch this. He aims for the thigh. See, just above the knee. It's above the knee and just below the. It's almost a. It's a low thigh kick. That means just close to the knee. So this is part above the knee. So if I'm on the thigh kick here, so it's. He hits him right in the pocket, just above the knee, so you don't hurt your leg. If you hit on the knee, you're gonna hurt your leg. But if you hit here, it's a perfect spot. So now he's taking away.
McGregor's obviously hurt. The calf is hurt.
And McGregor is not following up because if you hurt, when you punch, you should keep on following. But you see how he's playing passive now.
And I paused it right here, on this position. He's leaning on that right leg.
Yeah, all the weight is there.
Yeah, what would you? Here, let's watch the rest of it. It's already almost over, I think.
And so now he's walking back. Instead of skipping back, he's walking back. You know that he lost. Now
that is a nice low kick
that
by
was
Conor.
One low kick after
high kick.
After 3 rounds, that's his fourth. Nah, that is another leg kick.
Was that looked to the calf? Was it to the calf?
No, the first one was.
What about this one right here? Yeah, another calf.
Another just below the knee.
Below the knee.
Just below the knee. Another nerve point. That was
another
low calf.
And you know, okay, so this is where Conor starts to grab it.
Yes.
So here is the first adjustment. He's been kicked at least 4 or 5 times.
More than that.
And now he's going to adjust.
But
his adjustment is grab the leg. He doesn't want it to hit him anymore, so grab the leg.
But at this case, it's a checker move because now you give me a kick, I'm going to grab you. But at the end of the day, you're losing it because you already have more damage than you grabbing the leg. And so you give me a threat, I'm going to grab your leg, but you never took him down. Even once, twice, nothing.
So Okay, I was just going to say it earlier.
Yeah.
What should he have done to make an adjustment, striking-wise?
Well, let's say he can't leg check it, and he grabbed the leg. When he grabbed the leg, there's a price that he has to pay. We should not let him pay the price. Either he would have kicked his face or punched his face or made him something.
You mean like catch the leg and then come in with the left?
At least come back with the left or turn the leg and chop the other leg off.
Right.
Like you grab the leg and chop the other leg.
And
Thai
chop
guys
it.
do. Or run with the knee. Or grab the leg and pull him for the punch. He
Yeah.
did not do any
or
one of them.
If it was me, I would grab the leg and
Spin
go for a
around.
takedown. I would try to take the guy
but
down.
there was not even takedown or a strike. He did anything that do damage to make him uncomfortable. Like this is not. Do not do it again. We're gonna pay a price. But you know what? He kept on doing it again because there was no threat. He picked up the leg and did what? Nothing.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Let's see. He's starting to. The tide has turned.
So now look, McGregor is not attacking. That's the sad. Look, now Poirier is attacking. See this? I don't understand. McGregor, you're supposed to go forward now. Like he's staying there like a punching bag.
Oh.
He's trying to come back with
now
that was a
he just
counter punch.
landed. So he landed the left hand.
It's a counter.
How hurt? Poirier didn't look right there.
Let's
I
go
mean,
back.
I don't know everything, but Poirier looked like he got fucked up right there.
me
Watch
see.
this.
He
Look at
throws
this
the
counter
hand.
left.
No, it's a foot.
He just
I
did-
think it's a foot.
that-
I thought. From
Do you think
this
he
look-
lost his balance, or do you think he
I
got?
was on top of the forehead, but
It was
the way
top?
yeah,
Yeah.
but the angle that we can't see the camera properly because we didn't
Yeah.
see the fast, but it could be his forehead or it could be off balance.
From that angle, even
Yeah.
though he might have hit him up here, I've seen guys get knocked out,
Well,
getting
it
hit
could
in
be
the head.
you get. I mean, skull is the hardest part. but,
It's hard, but sometimes it hits right.
or maybe I don't know. Maybe you got it in the forehead. You
Or
don't know.
yeah, or he just
We
lost
can't
his
see.
balance. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but it could be.
He looked like he stumbled.
He did somewhat. I could see that.
You can't throw him blind.
See, oh, another leg
Another
kick.
one.
See that now.
And
now-
he's
and he's
look
still
at
not,
look at McGregor's position. He's leaning on that right
again.
leg.
He's leaning on the leg. He's leaning.
Look at he crouches.
You can't throw him
And now waits. Oh, full commitment done there. Full shot.
It's starting to get dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, people can see
He's
it.
not moving his feet.
Yeah, he's not coming. He can't even move back. He
Yeah,
can't
but
even
now he
move it.
can't, right? Because
Yeah.
he's so banged
He's so
up now.
banged up. He wants to go forward. Now he comes forward. What do you do? One punch, two punch. What about combination like you always do? He's walking.
Yeah.
Look, he's limping already. Can't bounce. You can see the color of the leg. if
He's
you
trying
know.
to balance. He wants
Yeah,
to get
he
some
wants to- yeah,
feel
wants to-
back.
wants to- now look, he can't commit. He can't. Oh, another one. See, he paid. What's the price? What is the price here? No price. There is no price he paid for this. He picked up the leg. He's gonna kick you in. That gives him confidence. Another one. What's the price for that? Nothing. So he wasted his kick, lost the opportunity, and then McGregor wants to come back. McGregor, you hit
But
once. you hit
Majid,
it
calm down.
I'm
dude.
sorry.
Calm down.
I love this guy, but
Listen,
choice.
Majid gets excited, guys. He wants to. He's always in the game. He's like he's fighting himself. Majid, remember these are these are like world championship fighters. They're doing the best they can.
I know. You know
It's
what's-
harder when you're in there.
You know what? It's very hard. But you know what saddens me up the most? When you go back in the corner and your cornerman says, hey, you're doing good, just get out of the way. Well, he can't get out of the way. Can you give him some other options to give him, hey, McGregor, it's time for
Right.
you before you should be kicking, McGregor. You're only playing hand game. McGregor, step back or step in. McGregor, get your movement. If you don't want to get out of the way, just step to your right or step angrily. Just
Yeah,
remember
but
that he's in that position.
I hear you, Majid, but I'm gonna listen. If we're real about it, they have McGregor's a fighter. You can't just transform all the time like immediately. To make an adjustment in a fight mid-fight is very hard when all of your training is leaning on that right leg.
See,
throwing-
that's a very good point, Brian. You said all of your training is leaning
Right.
on the right. So that means in his training camp, apparently he's taken for granted.
So you're right that he needs to do something different. But let's say that we're coaching him. What can we actually give a guy like Connor if we were in the shoes of the coaching staff?
Okay.
What can they actually
I
tell him
would-
to change the way he's fighting?
That would be one thing very simple. I said, McGregor, listen, he's going for your front leg. So every time he goes for a leg kick, pick up your front leg and do a ball kick. Because I know there's no
Yeah, he
power.
does have ball kicks.
Yeah, and he never used his
He
front
didn't use
leg.
it in this
And
fight.
his front ball kick should have been that, because when you go for a leg kick, he should have done a ball kick with perfect opportunity to land him up. Or use your front side kick, which you're known for do that. You never used your
Yeah.
front ball kick. You never used your front side kick. You never even stepped in when he was kicking. You stood there and took for boxing. McGregor, we are a striker. Step even
Wait,
when
hold
he
on,
kicks
hold on. You know what we're doing right now, Majid? All we're doing right now, let's be honest, we're trying to coach McGregor.
I'm sorry, McGregor.
No.
I'm really sorry.
Hold up, Majid. So what I'm saying is, let's think about Poirier for a second.
You know, I
But
give
think
credit to
No, Poirier is kicking his ass right now.
Poirier, look, it's so simple. Why I tell you Poirier's taking advantage? Because if somebody hits you, if I hit somebody, I'm going to keep on doing all day because there's no consequences. The moment I hit him, he hits me back. Okay, now I have to think. You see me, I'm not doing back again. But if I kept on hitting all night, and then after 10 of these, and he hits me one time, after do 10, I don't give a fuck, I hit 10 times.
Yeah.
So I know the consequence that I paid back was very little. So I have very little to pay consequences. Poirier kept on doing what a common sense human would do or kid would do. A patch, approach, keep on working. Even he kept on working. That's the closest thing to him to a target. You know, he can't hit his head. So the leg was leaning out. He can't pick up his leg, and that's what he did. So I give credit to Poirier. I'm really sad that McGregor was not in his sharp mind to be a hunter like he smelled the blood. He would chase him down. And that is a problem. Even when McGregor hit him, he's standing there and looking what he's doing. McGregor, you're not a beginner. You've done this 1,000 times. Hit him, go chase him like you did in all of your career fight. When you hit somebody, you would chase him down. Why do you change now? Because the only reason I can tell you, you're not in a state of mind. You're not hungry again. Everything's fulfilled. Your plate is full. You have nothing to worry about. Your life is secured. And so now, the fuck, if I win the fight, I don't win the fight. I have a good training camp. I'm fine with this. I'm not fine with this. I go in the fight. I'll be nice to people. When people are hungry, they don't talk like that. When people are hungry in the press conference, I'm going to fuck you. I'm going to take the shit out of your face. And that's what
you sound like Mike Tyson right now.
I'm like,
you're going to eat their children.
I'm going to eat your children. But that's what happens when you're hungry. But look, McGregor's last
I'm going to fuck you.
Yeah, McGregor's last fight was the most humblest, kindest. Oh my God, how soft he is.
Yeah.
Why? That's what I'm trying to say. That if you were hungry, the way he walked in the cage, he wasn't there to fight. He was there to a sparring session.
I don't know. I don't agree. I think it's just bad strategy.
Yeah.
Let's watch. I just think you know what?
I'm into mental things.
I know, but you lose fights sometimes.
Yeah, we do. But even when you lose a fight, dude, if I'm losing, I'm gonna take you with me as much as I can. I don't drive by.
Yeah.
I drive in, guys. if I'm losing the match, I will make sure that I do best possible way that I get the best out of it, the guy in front.
Yeah. Well, let's finish the fight and then we'll argue some more.
See, now he's landing punches because he's worried about his leg kick so much that he doesn't care about his punches anymore. McGregor hit him again. There's a leg kick again. Look, his leg is complete.
Another calf kick.
Oh my God! Another punch. Now he's so scared that he's not paying attention to the punches.
Let's watch. Let's watch. Calm down.
Inside. Connor's falling down with commitment. Another commitment falling down. That means he's putting the weight, not going down.
There was a good left hand.
Yeah, no follow-up. Nice feint. Nice leg kick. Connor can't walk. Oh, he's putting it down.
He's struggling.
Oh, he's got hit the left hand. He got hit. See, Poirier did not stop. See, when he hurt him, he doesn't let him breathe. Overhand right, overhand left.
And he can't get off the fence. He's got to
clinch. His hands are down. Here comes a straight right hand. He's done. His straight right hand is done. To hurt him when he's standing off balance. He did not retaliate. See, this is the difference. What I'm saying. When you see somebody hurt, he threw about 5, 6, 7 punches till the one punch landed. When somebody's falling down, it will not take one chop. You don't cut the tree with one chop. You cut the tree with chops and chops and chops and chops. So when he hit with the 1-2, when he even hurt him, Poirier did not stop. McGregor kept on stopping in every single round. Poirier
McGregor, again, I'm going to say it again. McGregor's boxing, and he didn't fight MMA. Like, he needs to clinch.
It's an MMA match.
He's pinned against the fence. If he can't circle out, he doesn't have good footwork because his leg's so damaged, then you got to move forward and clinch. You have to at least attempt. Otherwise, just standing there trying to box and counter strike. But
like I say, if you don't.
But that's the way it went.
Yeah, like you said, if you don't modify, you're gonna delete it. You're gonna get obsolete, guys. The trick of this sport is even when you train the best, you should be training. You should have versatility. Like, how do you train? It's important to know that you have to adjust. You should have tools to adjust in the middle of the fight. And Conor McGregor did not adjust, and this was the end of his. And you could see he was not prepared mentally to be adjusted. He says, "I'm good, whatever works for me for all these years." But he didn't even apply that. He just came with cold confidence that I'm going to get this fight, and that was it. And the small step. Remember, guys, the termites are very small. I always say termites are very small, but they can break the whole log of a tree if you keep on chopping them down.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's a nice little
twist of
analogy with the termites. I like that.
It's one of my podcasts.
so Poirier, amazing. I mean, like, the game plan was obviously amazing. To throw the calf kicks, to try to enter with a takedown, to change it up, to mix it up was great. Mm-hmm. He was getting caught with a lot of left hands from McGregor, and he got hit with a right as well, that uppercut.
Yes.
But I think the story for me, I just see it a little more clear than I saw before. I see that McGregor didn't clinch when he needed to save his own skin. And I think that he was boxing. He didn't change. He didn't evolve. He didn't upgrade his system. Mm-hmm. And, like you always say, he became obsolete in that fight because he expected to have better timing, which he did. He had better timing plenty of times. Yeah. He landed the left hand. It just wasn't enough to put Poirier away. And like it was the first time they fought.
Exactly. And then in the set of mind to be hungry, being in this position that I will go chase him down. There was nothing in the beginning. He just ran up to him, but did not follow up his intentions. Guys, intentions is everything. That's what I say. When he entered the ring, I saw his state of mind. He was just there filling up the blank. While Poirier, as you watch after post-fight, that how he was frustrated being in the room for so many weeks inside is built up so much.
Yeah, he said he was ready to jumve off the balcony.
Because that's like a prison workout. You stay in your mind, being isolated by yourself, and have so much aggression inside of you.
I've been, last Vince fought back in the summer, and we were in the bubble, but in Vegas. I know that over there it's probably even worse.
Worse because you're in a different country.
But we were in Vegas inside that bubble, and it really kind of sucked.
Sucks.
We just had our room, and then we had our little workout room, and that's it.
And I talk about this in one of my episodes and podcasts too, that when you become comfortable, everything becomes uncomfortable. McGregor made life so comfortable. Now his fight has become uncomfortable. Before, he made everything uncomfortable. He struggled, trained, hard work, training after training. He chased, he risked.
And then he's comfortable in the fight.
He's comfortable with the fight. But now he changed the tables. He made comfortable life and not comfortable training. He made comfortable training, not uncomfortable.
Okay. Well, I still think, I love, it's very poetic what you just said. But I think that McGregor trained hard. I think he really wanted it. I just think he had a poor strategy. I think it's pretty obvious he had a poor strategy. And what I would like to ask now to you, Majid, from the striking point of view, definitely, do you think if they fight again, let's say they got 6 months to prepare, Conor's not going to have, let's just assume he's not got any like CTE issues, his calf is fully healed. Can he make the adjustments? Would the fight change, or do you think that Poirier would still be the winner?
Well, of course, if McGregor isolates himself and put in hunger again, that this is everything for him, he has all the tools, he has all the gifts, if you notice one thing, in this fight, McGregor only used one tool, eliminating his 4 or 5 other instruments, which was he has hands. What about your leg kicks? What about your knees? What about your elbows? What about
how about wrestling?
How about wrestling?
Everybody talks shit on Conor like he sucks at wrestling. He's actually pretty damn good. It's just they'll put him up against the situations where he goes with Khabib. And of course, Khabib, he's like the best in the weight class history.
What did Khabib do? He took him into his game. That's what people don't understand. McGregor, you are good in your game. Put him, in your game and stay in your best.
What I'm trying to say is, I believe that McGregor's actually pretty decent on the ground.
I think
I've seen him. I mean, he swept Nate Diaz with an X-guard sweep.
Yeah, I saw that.
He has pretty good takedown defense. I'm sure he's got takedowns too, as does Poirier. Yeah. But I would love to see an exchange, on the ground a little bit more. We didn't really get to see much because they just went up against the fence.
But I want to say something, because this is where I come in, because when I see the face, and if you look at McGregor's face, and if you see the post-fight, what he says, I'm just tired. Like, he's tired. What he means by tired, playing this character constantly, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you, it drains you out after a while. Aggression in a human being tames up, and it takes a long time. After a while, you get tired. And you saw him this time in the press conference, very calm, relaxed.
I thought that's just maturity. I think he's just more mature.
It's true. But
I think he had a great the post conference after the fight, in my opinion, was just McGregor is showing that he's a man now. Before he was a young kid who talked a lot of shit, and now he's a humble warrior.
It's true, but if you say, I don't know if I'm going to come back, I'm not going to come back, he keeps on saying that.
I think he says he's coming back. I just think that he just realizes that you can't make any decisions right after a fight.
Exactly.
I think he just needs to go back.
And reestablish it.
Yeah.
But guys, to bring this up to my perspective of life, because I understand the fighting mentality, when you do it for too long, it drains you out for certain times, especially with that high intensity. Like Brian know how intense he was in grappling jiu-jitsu. After a while, there's a lifespan does drop.
Yeah.
There's ability to say, you know what, I'm a little tired now.
I knew the moment. Yeah. I always tell people, I knew exactly.
And the same moment with me, I know there's a moment I can, it's time to step out.
Majid, you still don't listen.
I know,
You're older than me, and you tell me like I'm like, no, Majid, we're too old for this shit.
And I'm saying, no, I can pull this off. I can pull this off.
No, we're not pulling it off.
I'm not pulling it, but thank God if he's not keep me alive, I would be fighting right now.
You can still be a good coach.
Yeah. I hate that part of being coach. I'd rather be a fighter. I'd rather be in the ring to have the experience. But now I live my fight through you guys, and I want everybody to experience all these moments. And I know it's very important to know when you are ready and when you're done. A good fighter knows when to step back. So Brian, if if you would call this off, and I think that this shows us that mental aspect of how you come in the ring and how you manage to adjust and use your 100% of your tools. If you're a wrestler, to all of them. If you're a striker, use your striking skills. And I'm so sad McGregor came as a handicap.
And did anything change for you? Like after watching it the second time? I told you I was going to ask you that.
I really would say like McGregor was literally crippled. Like he did not use his skills or his tools. And it's sad to see that I thought McGregor would pull something better.
You think we could see a lot better fight if he goes back and works more on his kickboxing?
Oh, I think he will. If he goes back and brings himself back, there's no way. Because Poirier got hurt really bad. He could have finished the fight right there and then. Even though he has less tools, he still hurt him.
See, again, like you picked out the mental side. I pick out I think the strategy. I think McGregor goes back, works on his strategy. I think we're going to see a much better fight. I'm not saying McGregor's going to win for sure, although I did pick McGregor. I think he's overall I think he is a better fighter if he uses his tools. But if, like you said, handicapped. If you come in handicapped and you don't use all your tools, well then you aren't
no matter how
the best
good
McGregor.
You are. No matter how good you are, you will never become.
If Floyd Mayweather was fighting Poirier, he would have got fucked up because he would have got calf kicked.
Not only that, if Mayweather would just stuck, he's not using a dominant hand, which is left hand, which is like taking away the power. If you take Mayweather out of his game, you make him handicapped, and he can't punch anymore. You what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
there's nothing you do about it.
Or like I said, just make him fight MMA, and then he can't use. He doesn't know how to do the kicks, so he would be severely handicapped.
Yeah. So I think we should call it up. I think these people are going to get bored with our conversation.
I don't know. I hope they enjoyed.
I hope you enjoyed, guys. It's insightful. Very few people know about this, I think.
We don't know everything. Nobody knows everything.
I know a little bit.
We're very passionate about this stuff. Obviously, we're armchair quarterbacking, so respect to the fighters. The fighters went out and did the best they could.
They're good
and you know what? They're both amazing fighters.
Great
and
fighters.
I think that, finishing up, I guess, people wanted I think people wanted a more, like a longer, more competitive fight.
And at least somewhat McGregor is showing his skills.
They were shocked that it ended so quickly, and they were like, but McGregor, he went the distance with Nate Diaz, and he took all this punishment, and now it looks like he just took a couple shots, and he just gave up. I saw people actually think the fight was fake.
Oh my God.
Because they don't understand what it's like to get kicked.
If they ever would get kicked one time, my last fight, you saw when I got kicked with the leg kick, the guy broke my leg in the first round. He kicked it was an accident.
And you made it through the fight, but you were hurt.
I couldn't use my tools, even though I did my wheel kick, and I couldn't do my trick of how to set him up. But people don't realize that was only one kick. McGregor was getting kicked for the first round and second round. And
And this is Dustin Poirier kicking.
Yeah, and you don't realize this is a very hard thing. If somebody would take a baseball bat, swing on your calf one time, and see how that feels, and then you can call me up and say, you know what, I can take the fight. So if it does, just call me up. Let me kick for you.
Guys, the fight wasn't fake. It wasn't fixed. It wasn't a work. McGregor just tried the best he could. He came to box, and Poirier came to do MMA, and he landed some awesome calf kicks, as everybody saw.
Wrong strategies.
And guys,
wrong time.
it should wake all of you guys up. It only takes maybe a couple. It could take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
You're
done.
barely moving, and then now, guess what? The shots are going to get through
Yeah.
because you can't move your feet. If you can't move your feet, how do you evade the shots? If you can't evade the shots, they're going to pile up. When they see you weak, and you're a wounded gazelle, guess what? The lion's coming to get you.
That's right.
So,
Our next video, I'm going
Alright.
to show them how to do the calf kicks when you get it.
all right, we're going to do that. Promise me.
We got this.
All right. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Teach Me Grappling. Click that link down below at Patreon, PayPal. Contribute to this channel. We'll be back for more next time with more great stuff. We're out.